Very impressive by the ring crew to get that all done in that short amount of time. They train him well here at the MFPW.
We haven't even mentioned, I mean, there's a huge grudge match coming up as well.
What?
Between Dylan Mesh and Twitch that's been brewing for months now, since Dylan Mesh attacking Twitch from behind.
Big things still to come here at Back to School Beatings. But next, the continuation of the Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup. And we've heard this song way too many times tonight.
I love it. I love this song.
Scheduled for fall with a 20-minute time limit is the final semi-final match where the winner advances to the finals of the Larry Sharpe Memorial Cup Tournament. Introducing Classy Max Sterling.
This was my pick to win it all along, gentlemen. Classy Max Sterling. I knew it from the second the competitors were announced. He's done everything right. He's been smart. He's survived. He's almost beat the clock. Didn't quite get that done, but he came out relatively unscathed. This is my pick, and as far as I'm concerned, he's the favorite at this point.
You have changed your pick so many times.
What the hell are you talking about?
It changes like the season from wet bread summer to wet bread autumn.
Oh, God.
And here is Daniel Alexander. We have to see what condition the knee is in.
His opponent, the next big deal, the energy, Daniel Alexander.
Look at Max Sterling. Look at his demeanor. Look where he's looking.
You see him, he's holding himself back. Oh, Daniel Alexander getting the first punch though. Massive chops there. What a homecoming it has been for Daniel Alexander thus far. Can the Cinderella story continue, or is that knee going to cut it short?
Well, you see a couple of attempted kicks ducked and missed by Daniel Alexander onto Max Sterling, and immediately, just like a shark to blood in the water, is just going right after that knee.
Max Sterling's mind is clear right now. Of course he has Michelle and Getty to think about in the back of his mind perhaps, but he doesn't have to think about the clock. He doesn't have to think about hurrying this match up. All he has to think about is targeting the already injured knee of Daniel Alexander, and that could prove to be the difference.
And think about it too. Max is a competitor that can utilize that strength to really toss a light competitor like Daniel Alexander around. I don't know if you saw how high he was able to lift up Daniel Alexander's foot to smash it back down into the mat.
And then just adding torque, twisting the knee over that middle rope. I mean, stretching ligaments and tendons. I mean, that can do severe damage.
Kick to the gut, a chop after that. Alexander early on trying to get some strikes into Max Sterling, but the damage has been done earlier today.
Relentlessly stomping down on the energy. Daniel Alexander dragged to the middle of the ring by Max Sterling, now dropping that elbow down. The unbearable pain that 1-800-Bangers must be in.
Look at the angle, look at the angle. Look, we have the angle right now, the camera shot of the knee being twisted, the ankle being contorted around Max Sterling's leg.
Forget 1-800-Bangers, he might have to dial 911 after this.
You know, I was gonna make that joke, but I thought you'd have it for all.
I can tell you firsthand, tearing a ligament in your knee, torn the ACL in the past, it affects every moment of your life. That has to be in the back of Daniel Alexander's mind. It doesn't stop in the ring. You carry that to your day job. You carry that everywhere you go. Ooh.
Effective clothesline here, and 2.5 count there.
Big lariat from Sterling. That's exactly right. We'd normally be talking about the difference in styles in this match. Perhaps any advantage that Daniel Alexander can come up with would start and end with his quickness. And Max Sterling has all but taken that out of the equation. Half crab in the middle of the ring.
You can see the focus on the face of Max Sterling, sneering.
Well, it's almost a little disdain for the agreeing comment that Daniel Alexander had based on one of the Monster Factory faithful here, taking some shots at the proboscis of one classy Max Sterling.
Now pushing off his opponent, Daniel Alexander trying to create distance, but cannot find it, can't even continue an Irish whip, control his own momentum.
Sterling trying to whip him off, and Alexander almost dead weight.
He's about to command all of that weight there. Suplex and a beauty.
It's nearly a brain buster there, Murphy.
Danny Alexander keeping in this, willing on the Monster Factory faithful. They are forever behind the energy.
But at this point, how much energy is left with the damage done to that knee?
Just when Alexander gets a few strikes, any momentum, Sterling shuts it down once again. Oh, look out.
I was looking for that class action, that power slam.
Well, back up again, but reverse into a DDT. Is this Alexander's moment?
It is. It must have knocked him out for the moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 4 minutes, 50 seconds. The winner and advancing to the final rounds of base building, Daniel Alexander.
Sterling going for that power slam, as you said, Ferran. Alexander able to slip out of it, shocked.
Will feature Goldie and Daniel Alexander.
Shocked his injured knee didn't come into play. It appears that Alexander almost put himself in that position again because he knew he had the counter to it. It ended up being that DDT, and it was enough to put Sterling away. But ladies and gentlemen, you have to think about how affected has that knee been throughout the night? How damaged has that knee been throughout the night? It's difficult for Daniel Alexander to even make it back to the locker room.